Big group today?
No, only 4 of us.
Okay, I guess we will have 2 more people.
Cool. And our host is here. Yegor is our host. So turn
How
on
was
your
your?
camera.
Let's start from small talk. How was your weekend, guys? I guess Sergey had a special one.
Yeah, I played the game all day. Anatoly was in the village with his children, and yeah.
About me.
Yeah.
Saturday we spent I spent with my family, and we got a trip by bicycle. And unfortunately, in the middle of this trip, when we were in forest, we got under the rain with hail, and it was not so good, but still, it was a cool day. And on Sunday, I started to learn new course for my work, and that's all.
Oh, cool. And what new course?
New course about AWS and Amazon Web Services.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I want to extend my knowledge about Amazon Web Services.
You're a programmer, developer?
Yeah.
Cool. How long are you programming?
8 years.
Not bad, not bad. And what is your main technology?
Backend developer, Java language.
Sounds good. You're working remotely?
Now, yes, because we have a quarantine, and usually I work at office, in the office.
What libraries do you use?
Libraries? I don't know. It's libraries. It's too much, too many. But we use in main we use framework, Spring framework, and other helps libraries. There is a large range of them. But now all companies try to find developers with knowledge of AWS, and all want to use some clouds technologies.
Okay, good. Anyone else about weekend? For me, especially, I was starting place for doing sport. So on Saturday, I spent my morning doing some workout exercise, and today as well I'm at their special workout place and just finished my training activity and join to you guys. Yeah, I decided that like about 3-4 hours per week to spend doing some workout activities, because I feel better.
Did you do it at home, at home, or you use some place on the street or near the parks?
Yeah. Yeah, I can show you. I can, by the way, like be with my camera because yeah, because my battery is a bit low, but I'll just take my camera to show you guys. Well, I should.
Now we see a bridge.
Bridge Golden.
Yeah, yeah.
Golden.
Yeah. Now I guess you should see.
Golden Gates. Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and here is like
Oh,
a
beautiful
lake.
weather.
Yeah. Lake, weather, workout stuff. What else do I need for happiness?
Yeah.
An English lesson as well.
Yeah. The best self-isolation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so guys, just in 2 words, what would you like to talk today about? Previous English lessons we talk about trading, about investments, a bit about startups. Maybe today we can also continue talking about startups. Maybe some of you already watched this interview of Dude about Silicon Valley.
Yeah, I saw this video 3 hours, but that was a cool video which I saw previously from Dude. And yeah, I enjoying about this interview, and also we have some Roman interview who's present his investments, and Sergey go with him to Fastiv, and that's too interesting to hear from Sergey what
How
his,
was the Fastiv?
what is investments.
Oh, for the Fastiv, I like the place. So they have these greenhouses, and the food is also tasty, I would say. I bought myself for this thing. You see, like there are greens, there are like a lot of green stuff.
Look like drugs.
Yeah, drugs from the garden, from Babushka garden. Yeah, they're tasty, they're good. And about the investments, it's a minimum of 5K and to begin investing, and they have the contract for like they pay you dividends once a year or once half a year, I think. Yeah. So
And what is the percentage of if dividends from investment?
oh, I don't remember for the greenhouses. I will just begin working with Roman, like on the month to month basis, and also I contacted the owner of the greenhouses, and maybe I can help him with his IT infrastructure. So because he has a Telegram channel, he has maybe some automations, maybe some stuff that I can help him with to partner up with him, basically. Also met some nice guys there, like the investors.
As for me, it's like just a greenhouse with expensive groceries.
Yeah,
That's all.
for me the taste doesn't differ a lot, like from the ones that from the supermarket. But if we're talking about tomatoes and Cucumbers, the taste differs a lot, but it's only when they're fresh.
Every
But they're-
vegetable and fruit more tasty when you just take it from the ground or
yeah,
from the tree.
that's true. That's true.
Okay, who else had any kind of experience investing money, maybe borrowing money and making some investment on a long or short term
I
perspective?
have I have just I have experience just with investing in future flat in building company.
Sounds good. How it was? Maybe you can like give
You
us
know,
more details.
yeah, I can give you more details because I invested just for myself, but I know several people who bought a lot of apartments. It's prefer small apartments, and they bought for they want to sell it in the future, and it was very good because they bought apartment by $1,000 per 1 square meter, and they sold it as $1,500 per 1 square meter, and that's why I think. And they were waiting for I think 1 year and a half. So they got 50% for 1 year and a half.
Nice. That's a good number.
Yeah.
And you invested in yourself, so in your business, yeah?
I invest for my family.
That's another kind of investment.
Yeah, that's another kind, but it's not for some benefits. It's about improving my life and life of my family, and but still I think about that I can buy a small flat for and sell it in the future. Because first of all, it's a very reliable develop company, and I think it's much more safe than invest in some kind of business who can, especially in our times.
Our times, I think, like in any time, the investment in Ukrainian business can be risky. And all investments are risky, basically. I think.
Yeah, indeed, and one of the golden rules of investors is not to invest in any stuff that you do not understand this active or how it works, or do not have enough knowledge on this.
Yeah.
Otherwise you should like delegate this activity to person who is aware of financial world and can be responsible for your money.
But you have to trust to these people, and he can too make a mistake.
Yeah, everybody makes a mistake. There are big or small chances that the person will make a mistake. That's it. But in general, everybody can make a mistake.
Yeah.
So, what topic do we want to discuss today?
Let's speak about cars, maybe.
Cars.
Business cars.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, we can talk about, for example, about Tesla and about future of electromobiles.
Yeah, sure. By the way, why I have chosen cars because I want to buy one, and
Do you need some help?
not especially help, but it's really interesting for now to speak about it. For example, I asked some specialists and friends and more persons point to Volkswagen Jetta. What do you think about this car?
I have, I think, the same car, but I have Seat Leon. It's the same. These cars built on the same platform, and these cars have the same engine and the same. I don't know, and the other parts of the car, technical parts, and just another design and another type of frame.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say for me it's a very good car because first of all it's very reliable car, and my car spent small amount of fuel. It's just about 5 liters per 100 kilometers. And maybe I have a hatchback. Maybe I want some large кузов. Large body. I think some wagon.
So if I understood correct, you want to have like our acceptance in buying this car.
Maybe. Yeah, it's an interesting car, but
what is the year of what year of this car you want, and what is approximately price of this car?
What about years? Yeah, I don't say exactly. It could be not so old, not older than 5 years, maybe. Because the car could, if car is really older, I will have many problems with that and spend more money to fix it. So about this car, I know that. Stop it, please. I'm sorry. It's my cat. It's So it's
May I
car.
ask you else? Why do you want to buy this car?
Yeah, because I have some advices about it that it's better than many foreign cars. Um, Try to remember something. I'm sorry. So
I mean, what is the main criteria of buying this car for you, especially for you?
a comfortable.
Because because you just want to mention, because like my cousin said that it's good car. I guess it's not the best argument for buying this car.
It's not so imposing like Toyota. But it's comfortable in driving. This um, like prestigious, more prestigious than Niva. So because I need really a good car to go to my countryside house. Even in winter. So I thought about Niva, but really a new Niva costs the same money, really. Same, it's $9,000. So especially about the Jetta, that's the same money mostly. It's from 8 to 10,000. So I think it's better way to buy this car because I could use it in the city with it's not so expensive by oil, so it's a good choice. And engine 2.5, it's good enough without turbo because I want to no longer leave this engine, but not it's not to use it like in the races. Yeah, because it's my first car and I should drive in more slowly.
I guess. Dennis, did you have or have you fed your cat?
Yeah, yeah. It's it wants to eat.
Okay, maybe you should give some food.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I will give some, but after some medicine because he's not really young and
Okay.
it's better to starving for him than eat a lot.
Okay, good. By the way, about Jetta, it's maybe a good option for you to buy a hybrid engine. As I heard, it's pretty good. And the hybrid will be like in a price, you know. It would be even like much more simple to sell it in the future, because I do not think that you buy a car for more than 5 or more than 3 years.
Yes, I have thoughts, but for example, Toyota Prius, it's the best way to have a hybrid in. But there's big problems. That is more difficult technology. So and it could be broken, and I will have more problems with the repairing it, and it will be much more money to pay. So I have one example when a girl stopped near the city and crying that it will cost like $1,000. So and that is just after no loan to use. So you know, I think about it. I have thoughts to buy really old Mercedes. I like the Mercedes like from 96 or something like that. I like this design and this car. But after spending $3,000 or $4,000, what it costs, I should buy new engine, because I know that's a liar when writes somebody writes that he just staying in garage and not driving. So new wheels, everything new. So I will spend the same money what I could buy on Jetta. Why Jetta after using? Because they, especially from the USA, these cars has interesting technology. We can, I don't remember, cross something. How does the name it? When we with the programs could really know how many kilometers after this car. So it's easy to check without any line. So
Okay, so you wanna take like order a car from USA, or you wanna buy it already that's ready in Ukraine?
only from the USA, because it won't so expensive. Won't be so expensive, really. So just only from USA. No, mostly good Volkswagens from Ukraine. That's from the USA too, but it would be more expensive. Some groups or companies buy these cars from the USA, makes it better, and after try to sell it from $10,000 to $13,000. So yeah, but I think about it, especially if now we have a crisis, we have a quarantine, and we have really not so good government. I think one of the worst government. So they have problems, and it's expensive thing. It's it could be a problem in the future, of course, especially if we will have default. So that's many what I need to think.
Denis, I have practice to bought cars whose was in previous owners and new cars, and what I can to say about my practice that if you have some friends or friends of friends whose you know, and they're planning to sell these cars, their cars, own cars. You can bought these cars because you know all information about this car and understand what you bought. That is first step. When you can say for your friends, maybe somebody can sell cars, and you need to bought it. Another step that if you know many companies in Ukraine too, big companies to bought cars, and after 5 years they sell these cars and bought new cars. And for understanding these cars to have good history, these cars was on real technical stations, have passport or documents, and they too sell not for big price. You can find these companies and understand which cars in this company uses Volkswagens or Renault or another models, another brands. Some companies have Toyota, for example, or Honda, and you can find these companies and to call and to understand for which price they sell these cars, or in technical stations, some owners to sell these own cars and they too have history, and you can bought at once cars from owners. Why I say you about these three steps? Because when you bought car from America or from Europe, you too can read history, but on auction, how this, when cars sales, I know some people who's bought cars from America and from Europe, and first example that they don't know more about this car, only what seller take your information. Another that is auction, and you must bought this car for this price, and after that logistic and to change country to register in Ukraine after this car, and you can spend 2 months, maybe half year for take your car, and that is too lottery what you bought, because you can touch your car and understand what you bought after some time, but you must to prepare this car now.
You told about Renault. I know one joke in rhyme. I heard it the day before yesterday. So from one mechanic. So he told that, but it's rhyme in Russian. I tell you in English. Renault is the shit, and Peugeot is friend of him. So,
I don't. I can say you that that not true, because what is shit in your mind? If you can see Deo and Renault, that is taxi cars whose drive a huge traffic and they working. They do what they created to drive your ass. Yeah.
Guys, I propose not to say that this car or this car is shit, because it really depends, you know. when you buy a new car, it should be like more or less okay on average. But in 2-3 years, you have any kind of problems. That is the truth. And this cars industry, they are better off when your car is should be repaired, because they make special additional money on your car, you know, because like most of the cars, they make money on additional stuff, you know. And that is the truth. And so I propose not to say about this car is shit and this car is good, because it all how to say relative.
And
So,
I think it very depends on what owner was before you bought a car, because if first owner didn't provide good service for the car, it can any cars can broke and provide more problems in the future.
I know that every car could be broken, but we should to be careful and not buy like Lada.
Denise, I had Chevrolet Aveo, and that was good car for me for some time, for some period of my life, and I enjoying about this car because easy car with cheap prices for technical обслуживание,
Service.
for technical service, and that was best car for me for some time. But after some time, a year, I can bought Volkswagen, and this car too good. But I have good friends who have more expensive cars, and they have many problems with these cars. And any car whose you bought must to do some for what you bought this car. If you want to only drive and for your S, that normal for used car more cheap and more who's more have normal. What about normal that not so expensive for service, good for drive, and you understand that normal car for you now. But if you have extra money, you can find best car for you. But when I bought cars, I find friends or friends of my friends who's now planning to sell cars, and I know more information about these cars. And also I have good friends who works on technical stations and to transit this car for these friends, and they to diagnostic this car and to understand that my friends say me this car have some problems with kuzov, but good motor, and you can buy the car because motor that is one of big component for all car.
Engine, yeah, it's the expensive part of the car.
I can say the more expensive it's a legal car, because when you bought car, when you buy a car and you don't know full history of this car, you can buy a car who can be stolen. And second, the more expensive parts of the car, it's a body, because if you have problems with body, more difficult and expensive repair some painting and other problems, more expensive than other stuffs. And third place, it's engine and other.
Yeah, very important very important to know about this car that it shouldn't be underwater submarine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's that car.
Yeah, and in that moment when you buy a car, you couldn't understand is this car was under the water or not. And in the future, you can face with a lot of problems with electric and with body and with other stuff.
Yeah. I see that we have three girls what not supposed to speak about cars. Tanya, Olga, Vola. What about you? What about your cars? It's quiet.
And you know, I remember one small joke about cars and girls and other stuff. Boys in when boys are little, they they are playing with cars, and girls playing with dolls. And after the growing, girls playing with cars, and boys playing with with dolls, with girls.
Yeah. Recursive.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I'm working with languages too, but not more simple than Java. It's JavaScript and PHP.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So,
And I have never could find courage to start learning JavaScript. I started several times and stopped after the, I don't know, 1 week or 2 weeks.
You need courage to learn it. It's so scary.
Yeah, for me, yes.
I think PHP is more scary.
PHP. I never started to learn PHP. That's why I couldn't say anything about it.
You know, it's it wasn't language just 6 or 5 years ago. So it wasn't language before.
It
but
wasn't
now,
a language.
Yeah, but for now it's language, and it has more possibilities than before, especially to after version 7 version. So it has a possibility to make an archive as a password. So it's important because that was the biggest problem when every good programmer what writes on C, on pluses or something like that, told no, it's not language, it couldn't make an archive. So yeah.
I can say that PHP, all backend language, it's just a tools, and for all kind of language, we can use the same approach. And if you're a good developer in one language, you can switch to another language within 1 month. just knowing the syntax and knowing the some special structure and special expression for current language. But if we talk about backend and frontend, it's a different environment. It's different planets.
Yeah. You know, after 1 month, it's yeah, syntax is really easy, especially in PHP. It's not so many, but PHP has more methods than JavaScript, especially, and comfortable methods. Yeah, but I could say that you should know big environment of these languages, really, and even now I have some interesting tasks, yeah, really, but after I meet so many problems with AP and something like that, so I couldn't write, I can't read it in the book or something like that, so it's just an experience. It's more than 1 month.
I agree with you, but I didn't say that you fully understand all edge cases for that language. I can say that within 1 month you can start for working at this position, and it's not about you in 1 month you will be senior PHP developer if you were before as I don't know, C# senior developer. It's not the same, but you can start work. I think within 1 month you can make some basic functionality, and you can understand how it works.
Yeah.
Igor, are you here? Igor.
Maybe
Yes, I'm
he
here.
does some exercise.
Yeah, cool. I have to go. Yeah, bye
Okay,
guys. You can
still
continue with Igor. Yeah.
Yeah, we have still 7 minutes, guys, for English lesson. Okay, Sergey, thank you for
Okay,
being with
have a
us.
great day, guys. Bye.
Bye.
See you. Bye bye.
Boys.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh, Olga.
Yes, I was here, but I came later. Sorry. Bye. Have a nice day.
Maybe it was not so interesting topic for her.
Yeah.
For the
Cars and languages.
Yeah.
So I
Maybe
know.
you ask Tanya and Lola which topic's best for their.
I would like to speak every topic with Stan and Lola, but they're not here.
Okay, let's move to the topic we discussed.
So
Guys, so what in your opinion, car is a good investment from investment point of view?
No, I don't think so, because if we don't talk about some very old cars, our usual cars in time just be more cheap, and I don't think that it's a good investment, as for me. Maybe if some people can buy a car for a small price and sell it in future for the higher price, it's a good business, but I never can do it.
For me, for example, I am not a good engineer about car, and I don't understand how all process works in car, and not planning to do service with car. And I find cars whose services are in our country, and whose details I can bought for this car. And yeah, I have experience with Volkswagen, with Deo, and with Chevrolet. And I think that Volkswagen is a better car than two previous, but I too enjoying by Chevrolet. That very easy car for driving and for start.
Yeah, Volkswagen. It's German car, and I like Volkswagen.
I don't have problem now with car. I only service, and I enjoying about this.
Yeah.
But
But I think in the future I want to have two cars. One for large trip, it's biggest car, and one fully electrical car for our usual driving and for use it in within city. And I think two cars because every day I want to use electric car, and when I go to trip, and it's not so convenient to use electrical car.
Yegor,
Because
what car? Which car you use? Igor muted.
Sorry, could you speak up?
What car you use, or would you car you would like to use?
Yeah, if you're asking about my car, I have two cars at the moment, and I'm using. Previously, I used both of them. Just one when I wished, and another when I wished. But at the moment, I think either to sell one of them, either to sell both of them and buy one of them. So for me, it's like this kind of decision.
Which brand? I don't care.
It's Germany. It's Skoda and Volkswagen.
Volkswagen. Yeah.
And by the way, Skoda is a good option as well, as this car is pretty not expensive, and for the same time it's not so expensive to buy new parts, and it is not expensive for services. So as for you, I would propose like an option, maybe Skoda Octavia. It's like middle class car. So I guess it might you may find for the same, approximately for the same price as Ford Jetta. Yeah. So think about Octavia as well, or maybe Fabia if you wish like more, like maybe five years car. Then you can buy Fabia. Yeah, or if you can like 7 years car, you can buy Octavia, or Skoda Rapid as well. Just like an option to compare with Jetta.
But Skoda Octavia and Volkswagen Jetta are building on the same platform as Seat Leon and Volkswagen Golf. They use the same engines and they use the same parts.
Yeah, then it's even better because like Skoda is less expensive.
If it has the same parts as Volkswagen, how could it be less expensive?
Just when you bought
service.
it.
I'm in service. If you go to service center, you pay more for Volkswagen than you pay for Skoda. This is my comparison between those two cars. Yeah, parts may be the same, but it also depends. You know, like you buy Skoda, but you not you wanna buy Skoda parts. Yeah. For example, if we are talking about some parts like not from inside but from outside of the car, yeah, then you will feel this difference. But inside of the car, yeah, it might be the same engine, the same other stuff, but outside it will be different. So so think about this perspective as well, because it's not best choice to buy one car or to take one car because you heard about this car from your friend and etc. You should try. You should at least try 10-20 kilometers. That is my idea.
Or it's too hard to choose a car.
That is hard to save your money or grow your money.
Yeah.
You can choose your car because you have so many propositions now on the market, and best way, you know, we have own practice and give you some examples how we bought our cars, how we choose, and I think that is easy for you. Igor, how you friend or not friend, I don't know, about Roman, who's was on previous lesson on meeting. You introduct him after speak with him and propose him to be our visitor on this lesson.
Well, we'll invite him, but you know, like we invited, by the way, him, but as you know, like when you have some investment stuff to do, you have less time for developing your skills. Maybe he will join us later on. I mean, not today for sure. Yeah, but during the week, maybe he will be with us. Yeah.
Because I have a friend who's now investing in other companies to bought
Sorry.
assets, and maybe I can to propose for him to take for us some information, but he have own channel and
Mhm.
to tell everything what he doing on his channel. Maybe I can share channel or can
No. I guess it's not the best decision because, or best option because it's forbidden to make any like marketing things like if you wanna promote anything, you know. What you can do, you can ask him if he can join us for a discussion, and if he is okay, you can just like send my contacts, so I will speak up with him about this. Because you know, it's like if any of us will promote like friends channels, it will be like not English club but
yeah,
something like yeah,
channel
no,
Russian, and I understand that we now speak on English, and that must be something another way.
yeah, because you know, when you're sharing channel in a group, it's like maybe 5 people who are really interested in this, but another like 300 people, they like do not like to have this information.
You understand, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, just try to speak up with him if he is okay to join, if he is okay to speak in English, And if yes, then he can like write me, and I will discuss with him later on details how can we do this.
Okay, okay.
Okay, guys. So if no any questions or anything to be discussed, maybe
Should
maybe
go.
we can like close this meeting and meet tomorrow.
Yeah, we should go eat and prepare for work.
Yeah, good idea, guys. So thank you for your active participation. Hopefully, girls will be more active next session. Yeah, and talk with us as well, not only listening to us.
I hope they listen.
Yeah. Okay,
Bye.
guys. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Be safe.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye bye.